Hey y'all, Queen Tay here. So today I want to talk to you guys about my journey as a travel nurse. So I am currently just about to start my first travel nurse assignment. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information on, travel nursing and really bring you along on my journey and vlog this. Right now we are in the middle of a pandemic. Of course, it's a crazy time to start travel nursing, but this is something that, yes, I've always wanted to do at some point in my life. So now that I have this opportunity, I am taking advantage. Right now, I haven't gone into the actual hospital yet. I'm still doing computer modules and computer training and, that basic hospital orientation. Right now I am in the beautiful state of California. I am in the Bay Area. Right now the weather is probably close to what it is at home. So I am from Philadelphia and the weather is probably about the same, about 56. Actually, it's been raining since I got here. It just stopped raining, so the sun is finally starting to come out. So the weather's about 60 degrees, so it's all right. But anyway, so back to what I'm here for. So I just wanted to talk to you about my travel nurse journey. So I've always wanted to do travel nursing, and now that I have this opportunity, I wanted to just take advantage of it. Also, make sure you hit like and subscribe. So that way you can get notifications, hit the bell so that you can follow me along on this crazy journey I'm bringing you guys along with me. So I'm currently working with an agency. I actually am working with 3 different agencies. So they always suggest that when you want to go into travel nursing that you work with at least 2 to 3 agencies, and that way it gives you a broader variety of like which hospitals and which jobs you can get. So not every agency is contracted with certain hospitals. So, it gives you a little bit more leverage when it comes to choosing a hospital. As far as experience, they always ask and want you to have at least 2 years of experience. Now, I have been a nurse for, let me think. I've been a registered nurse for about 13 years. Time is flying. About 13 years I've been a registered nurse. I am a critical care nurse. I've worked in the surgical trauma ICU, worked in progressive care. My specialty is surgical trauma. You have to have your ACLS, your BLS. It's always highly encouraged to have like your CCRN, all your certifications. So if you are looking to do travel nursing, make sure that you do have your certifications because it makes you a lot more marketable. Get your experience. You want to have that experience. I remember, even though it was a long time ago, I remember when I first started nursing, that first year was I learned so much in that first year. And you realize over time you begin to think more critically. You start to process your brain a little bit differently and you become stronger as a nurse. So just making sure you have that experience is extremely important. And then, because when you do travel nursing, guess what? You don't get that much orientation. You don't get 12 weeks orientation like you do when you start at a regular hospital. So you get about 1 week. So you get your basic hospital orientation, and then you get maybe 2 days of on-the-floor training where you'll be with someone, and then after that you're flying free like a little birdie. So you want to make sure that you are a very strong nurse. Make sure you know what you're doing. The things are different are the computer system. I think that is my thing, just making sure that I know the computer system. The computer system then at these particular facilities, because I'm actually going to be floating. I'm an ICU float nurse. So I'll be floating between 2 different hospitals, and I'm sure I'll be floating all over the place. So I'm getting myself prepared and ready to do that. So yes, the computer system, just knowing how to document on a different system, I think is my biggest thing. And during this pandemic, it's also making sure that I have the proper PPE, personal protective equipment, the N95 mask, the PAPRs, the hoods, the gowns, like just making sure that that's extremely important to me in this journey, just making sure that we are protected. I know there is a shortage. But yes, I'm just trying to make sure that I stay protected. So those are the two things. It's just the computer system. And honestly, like I took a break from being at the bedside for almost a year. So now I'm a little bit nervous going back into it, because although I do remember how to be a bedside nurse, you know, it's just a little bit of nerves. I'm still smart. I still know. I still think critically. I still have been working as a nurse. I just haven't been working in the ICU for the last several months. So I'm just hopping back in. Hopefully it's like riding a bike. And also, when it comes to travel nursing, you want to make sure that you have everything squared away at home. In a sense, like I have a mortgage, so I have family at home, so I still, even though I'm here in California, I still have to pay for this and I have to pay for my home. So you want to make sure that you are set up and your ducks are aligned in a row. You want to make sure that you are able to manage, and you still, you know, you want to get the opportunity. So I love the idea of travel nursing, because you get to go, I get to go work at a hospital 3 months, in and out, move on to a different part of the country. And yeah, just that idea. Like, I don't need to be somewhere for a long time. I love the honeymoon phase of certain hospitals, just being that, oh, this is so new, and meeting people and the networking, getting in, and just, like I said, getting out. That is something that I like. And honestly, if I decide that I can stay, the beauty of travel nursing is that you can stay in one facility for almost up to a year. And then you just have to go to another hospital or a contract that's at least 50 miles away. So you can stay pretty much as long as you want, as long as you kind of move around a little bit after a while. So you do have the option to stay a little bit longer. I'm not sure after this contract. We shall see how it goes. And we'll see, you know, how I like it and what I decide to do after that. I personally want to bounce around the country. So after this, I plan to take a contract in North Carolina, so I can hang out with my cousins and hang out with some family, and, you know, just to have the option to take time off. So after this, I'm gonna take a month off. Some of my friends that are travel nursing, they take 2-3 months off. I'm gonna take, you know, I'll take a month off or do another contract, take the holidays off, maybe come back to California. Just the beauty of having that option is like amazing when it comes to travel nursing. So yeah. So I'm trying to think. I did have some notes or whatever I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, so when you're researching your hospitals or researching locations, so how you do this, you first you know, you have your agencies, and you research you tell them where you want to go. So you'll say, oh, I want to work in, I'm just going to say, for sake, California, right? So I want to work in California. What part of California? Do your research, and then they'll give you a recruiter will give you a list. You'll feed through that list. You'll look at the hospitals that are available. Do your research on the hospitals, please. Do your research. Check the reviews, check the hospital reviews, check the patient reviews, because you want to know what you're getting into. Is it an older hospital? What computer system are they using? Do they have the ancillary staff? Is it a teaching hospital versus like a hospital in the county where they may not have any ancillary help, or they may not have as much resources that they would have at, like I said, again, a teaching hospital. So you want to check the reviews, see, you know, how the patients like it, see, you know, what the people might be like, and then, you know, you talk money. So of course, the more, I think, of course, the more experience you have, the more you can kind of negotiate a little bit more your contracts. The more marketable you are, I'm sure you can just kind of negotiate that way. So you want to look at it, you want to be able to do that. What else? Yeah, you just don't want to be miserable for the entire contract. So you want to just make sure you pick your hospital. Make sure also, because I ran into this issue. So I was looking at a hospital that was sort of near the LA area versus near the Bay Area, and I had the hardest time finding somewhere to live in the near the LA area. So I don't know why. I thought it was going to be easier. I could not find anywhere to go. So I'm kind of glad that this is more, you know, I picked this area because I was able to find housing and I have a cute little apartment. Maybe on my next video I'll give you a little tour of my little apartment, but yeah, I love it. So, and I can always talk to you about like finding housing as a travel nurse. Also with your licenses, so just remember that wherever you choose to work, you have to have a license in that state. So California, even though right now we're in pandemic and no matter where your license is, you can kind of work anywhere in the country during this time, but during a non-pandemic time, you have to apply for your license and pay for that. Now some agencies will pay for your first license, or they will reimburse you the money for that license. Now California takes 6 months, 7 months sometimes. It's a little bit faster when you work with an agency, so it took my license about 4 months to get. And then I do have a North Carolina license as well. So North Carolina is not as long, it's about 3 to 4 weeks. So I have a Pennsylvania license, a North Carolina license, and now a California license. So I can kind of bounce around between those 3 states. Now, if you have a compact license is if whatever state, you know, if you have a license in a state like Maryland, I believe Maryland, they have compact licenses, you can work in multiple states in the country. And now I'm not really sure on the list. Maybe I can post, I'll post the website where you can check to see like what compact licenses work with what states. But yes, one license, you can work in multiple different states across the country. Now they have walkthrough states, like South Carolina is a walkthrough state where you can kind of pretty much apply for your license that day and you'll have your license. And then, you know, other states just take a little bit longer. Like I said, North Carolina only took 3 to 4 weeks. California can take up to 6 months, depending on making sure you have all your, you know, you get all the information in. It's just a long process to get your California license. So yeah, you just want to make sure your ducks are aligned when you're planning your travel. I'm gonna bring you on this journey with me so that you can see my process, and I will continue to vlog. And also, you know, I'm gonna continue to post my yoga videos. So if you're into yoga, make sure, in wellness and meditation, make sure you click like, subscribe, and click that bell so that we can journey together, and then I can take you on my trip, and I'll do some sightseeing and vlog while I'm doing that. All right, so if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. Again, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.